Hello.
Howdy.
Welcome back to Sense of Directions. I'm Dylan.
I'm Kevin.
And today we're going to talk about peer pressure. How those around you can influence your thoughts and actions.
And feelings.
Do you have any topics off the top of your head or stories?
About peer pressure?
Yeah.
Do you remember Dare?
Yeah.
Did they ever come to your school?
I feel like maybe.
The only time I remember Dare was in California, and then I moved to Oklahoma, and it didn't exist, which is kind of funny because Oklahoma's pretty bad about
They want people to get
opioids, and we're not really good at that department. But as far as personal peer pressure, I would say when I was younger, I did fall for it a lot because I did want to fit in.
Yeah.
One, and then two, I actually wanted to try some of these drugs.
So Dare did not work on you.
No, it didn't. It really didn't.
I feel like if they didn't come to the school, I have definitely seen them set up tables like the Girl Scouts would outside of things. So I don't know if that's
They had really cool branding, dude. That line was pretty cool.
But then not
That was
cool
kind of
enough.
counteractive because I was like, dude, I want to be cool. How do I be cool? And then my friend would be like, this is how you're cool. But
I feel like I've seen the shirts of them repurposing the Dare, and it's dude.
I've seen one
Dare do drugs.
Yeah, I've seen one that's Dare didn't work on me or something like that. But yeah.
But we're gonna break it down. It's not all negative. It's not always who's offering you drugs.
No.
We're gonna talk about two different ways of pressure. There's going to be explicit, so, the classic example, hey, we're all going to cut class, you coming with us? Or there is implicit, which is more of, the trends around you, so I definitely feel like that's probably more common nowadays, because it's based off of, what you're seeing on TikTok, or, I feel like everyone bought those water cups, I can't remember what they're, Stanleys. Yeah. Or Lululemons, I feel like that is definitely kind of, you just want to fit in because that's what everyone else is doing.
That's true.
Unfortunately for me, fortunately for me now, is I don't want to do what everyone else is doing. I want to stand out. And then sometimes I just want to nobody pay attention to me, so.
That's relatable.
But I feel like the common negative influences, or just like we said.
Dude, yeah. One thing I will say, so negative influences, loss of individuality, stress and anxiety. When it comes to negative influence, I feel like we grew up in an era where we had all these dumbass challenges.
Oh yeah.
But there was a line, there was oh, this is kind of funny, the cinnamon challenge, and then there's the boiling hot water challenge. Did you hear about that?
No.
Have you seen
Whoa,
where it's
that sounds
yes, it sounds as bad as it is, and basically it's you go out during the winter time and you throw boiling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and there's a video of a child, not a child, okay, but also not an adult, and
yeah, kid.
I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of funny, but also very sad at the same time. But he just throws it up, and I guess the idea is that it's gonna evaporate, or it's just gonna it's hot and cold, and it just comes down and just burns his kid
But I bet they're not telling them you have to do it when it's a certain degree outside. They think it's just
I guess the instructions weren't clear.
No, but did you ever do the thing where it basically gave you a burn, but you would put salt on your arm? And then you'd put an ice cube on there, and you'd try to rub it to see, and you basically got a burn.
I don't think I ever did it, but somebody did it to me, and it's just oh, let me do this, and you're a kid, and you're just okay, kind of well, you're the oldest, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had a lot of older brothers, so they would do some fucked up shit to me, just because that's what brothers do. So yeah, that's kind of how that happened. Oh, just trust me, dude, and then I'd be okay, and then it'd be
honestly, I felt like my siblings taught me more about weird stuff that their friends would teach them. They're hey, did you ever do that? I was no.
Or do you remember the people were choking people out? No?
No?
Dude, all right, there's definitely some difference. Yeah, they were like, I don't know what the challenge was called, but it was like you would just choke your friend out until they became unconscious.
Jeez. I
Unless,
know we're laughing, but that sounds horrible.
I mean, it's funny because it's absurd, but I mean, that's just,
Yeah,
that's peer pressure right there.
that's
It's just like,
crazy.
I'm sure the guy was like, yo, I won't be cool. And then like he just gets choked out and then almost dies.
Yeah. Because that's the thing, right? Like, you can put them to sleep, but then you could also, like, kill them.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody died. I think that's when everybody was like, whoa, guys.
Well, and then let's not talk about the most famous one recently, about
What?
those stupid Tide Pod challenges.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that. I understand the appeal
understand.
because I use Tide Pods and like they do look like candy a little bit.
I mean, I get that, but, like,
they look
it's
like
still
they look
soap.
like Mexican candy. Honestly, that's probably what triggers me.
They're like giant gushers.
Yeah, basically, that will kill you.
Well, some reasons, according to science, of why you're more likely to fall into peer pressure can be obviously, you know, desire for acceptance. You want to
Yep.
fit in. You want to be a part of the group. We're human beings. We do like socializing. Even if you say that you don't, it's part of how our brains are wired, is we would like community. Fear of rejection. So again, kind of worried about being outside of the group. Just not having the most self-esteem for yourself. And then just kind of like a lack of like a true support system. So
Yeah.
when we talk about this, like, because there are some positives, which, you know, I feel like I only hear about negative things that come with peer pressure. But I think what it goes back to is like, who are the people that you are surrounding yourself with? Are you surrounding yourself with people who just want to like see you get hurt, or like, oh, it's so funny when you mess up, and like, wouldn't it be funny if you lost all your money? Like, you know, or people who are like, hey, I genuinely care about you and I want the best for you. It kind of goes into like, I can't remember what they say, but I feel like we hear it a lot, is like, you are the people that you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
So then just take a look around your friends and like, would you like to be like, most of my friends nowadays, like, I genuinely enjoy being around them because I feel like they add value to my life. And so I'm not like fearful of like, oh no, like, and am I not gonna wear the right thing to dinner or brunch? Like, I don't want them to talk bad about me. No, I feel like nowadays it's like, I'm excited to see them because we add so much to each other's lives. So keep that in the back of your head when you're thinking about your friend groups.
I feel like a lot of it is also like age.
That
I
is
feel like
true.
when you're younger, like
It's way harder.
when you're younger, a lot of it is how you're raised, I guess. Like what you're around at home, and then you just kind of bring it to school or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And also, I feel like peer pressure can come from your family as well. Like not just, obviously, like my brothers, like I do love them and they're actually good brothers, but parents too. I feel like parents could peer pressure their kids into becoming something they're not, you know? You hear it a lot with like career choices or like college choices or marital or relationship choices. Like I feel like you do get pressured a lot by even the people. Well, I guess it goes back to what you're saying. Family is kind of harder too.
Yeah, it's way harder.
Until you're older, you can be like deuces, but
I listen to like people read Reddit stories sometimes, and it really baffles me how many family members are obsessed with like your romantic partnerships. I'm like, that seems like it. I hear it so much off of those stories and just kind of like seeing news things and whatever, and I'm like, why are you so obsessed? Like, what's going on?
Dysfunctional.
Is this one of those things where they're like acting in a controlling way because they wish that someone did that for them or something? You know, like,
they feel a lot of trauma.
Yeah, but that's a whole nother psychological evaluation. I think we should come back to like the strategies for the end. I put them over there.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
I found this study that there are some scientific studies that are more common nowadays to try to figure out the positive effects of peer pressure, because there's been a long history of studies showing why it's bad to have peer pressure. But what they found out is the human brain places more value on a winning social setting. In peer pressure studies, researchers have found that parts of the brain associated with reward and
The striatum.
and medical prefrontal cortex showed significantly higher activity when a participant wins among peers versus winning alone. So I think
wonder
that goes
if
back.
is that because like people are cheering for you, like good job,
Probably, I
Dylan.
think so.
And they give you like a pat on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. You're in an environment in which they're like, I want to see you succeed.
Yeah,
We want to see everyone succeed in our group.
it makes sense.
Kind of goes to this interesting thing about it helps you lose weight in this study. In a 2-year randomized weight loss trial, a group support was associated with sustained weight loss,
That's true.
which they found with group support, they lost 13 pounds on average, and without group support, they only lost 2.2 pounds, which is very interesting because I've done like
It
weight
goes back
loss.
to like support system.
Yeah.
And like, because within your support system, you want like you said, they're not your support system if they don't actually care about you.
Right.
And I feel like if people care about you, they'll talk to you in a way that doesn't diminish your like self-worth. It probably validates your identity, which goes back to loss of identity and all that. And like you kind of feel good. You feel like you're a part of a group that actually wants you to do better. And whenever you don't feel like you can do better, they kind of like prop you up. And
Yeah. I think it's important to find people who will help, like not even help, but like just support your goals, period. Because I mean, even like with my parents and stuff, like I've been like, oh, like back in college, I was like, I want to do this. And then my mom was like, that's a shit job. You'd never make money. Like, you can't do that. And I'll be like, oh, darn. And then I picked a major that I did not like. And then I ended up changing it to something I did like in the end.
there we go.
So you need kind of like, like a little boost that's like, hey, you're doing good. Like, I also found it kind of interesting in this study. They found being surrounded by generous peers can make an individual more generous as well.
Yeah. Unless you're just like a bad person at heart, you know?
Well, yeah, I guess so. But then I feel like that leans more into like you're putting on this like
mask.
Yeah. Of like, I have to be a good person around my friends. They can't know I'm kicking puppies or something. And then is that more of like you're a sociopath?
Yeah, more like a sociopath.
I used to remember the difference, and now I'm just like, there's so many like sociopath, psychopath, like movie documentaries, like shows. I can't keep up.
I think psychopaths don't feel
like anything at all.
Maybe, which I think I don't want to get into that.
That's another.
It's hitting too close to home. Joking.
But yeah, basically, who you support yourself with will kind of influence you, period. If your friends are more likely to be nice, kind, generous, supportive, then you're more likely to be nice, kind, generous, and supportive. I feel like your needs will be met more when you have people around you that just want to see you succeed versus people who are always like, are you sure you want to do that? Like, are you sure you can even try? Like, let's just go fuck off and do drugs or something, you know? Because I feel like in college, a lot of, like, everyone was depressed. And so, like, we would just...
Dude, even high school.
Oh, yeah.
Even middle school, if we're being honest, shit.
Yeah. So it was very much like a, hey, like, do you want to escape right now?
Yeah.
And it was like, yes. Let's go think about anything other than living life. So I feel like this is kind of important to just
Be aware of.
be aware of who you're surrounding yourself with. Are they supportive? Are they always like coming around you and knocking your shit down? Because if so, you might want to think about cutting them off, or not seeing them as much, or maybe not placing as much value on what they have to say.
Yeah.
Like you could
I would
just
say, I guess, the flip side of peer pressure is it could probably, kind of like you're talking about, kind of help you become more of yourself, I guess.
yeah.
Like whenever someone tells you you can't do something, either you can believe them and be like, no, you're right, or then you can be like, no, you're wrong, and then you can
Yeah.
find a little bit more about yourself,
Yeah. I think we were talking a little bit earlier about how it's kind of tied with motivation as well,
Yeah.
Because some people, they need oh, so-and-so told me I can't do this, I'm going to prove them wrong as motivation.
Yeah.
And then some people, they need someone to be like, hey, man, you can do anything,
Yeah.
But that goes down to like knowing a little bit about yourself, like what does motivate you? How do you get things done? Are you kind of like a let me show everyone what
Yeah.
they think I can't do?
Which I feel
Or
like it's kind of I feel like it's, if we want to tie it back to the weight loss thing, it's like there's this thing of like healthy motivation where it's like you can use the whole I'm gonna prove other people wrong, but then at a certain point you're still doing it for other people instead of for yourself.
that's
So
true.
it's almost like working out, and you're working out because you hate your body and you want to look good, versus like, oh, like I actually love myself and care for my body, so I want to like be healthier. It's
Yeah.
a slippery
Honestly,
slope.
I do feel like I've added the little weight loss thing because I found that to be
It's
interesting.
a good example.
But I do think like weight loss, mental health, all of that stuff is kind of a separate topic in the sense that there is no such thing as a one size fit all. You really have to take time to like learn yourself.
Yeah.
What works for you? Why are you doing the things you're doing? And even that's like a good point of like, what are the goals in your life? Are they set because you actually want them, or are they set because the people around you want you to have them?
Yeah.
So kind of like just take time to understand yourself
Yeah.
so that you can follow your gut, you can speak up for yourself, because at the end of the day, like I mean, maybe this is a little nihilistic, but you've heard the thing like we're born alone, we die alone, like you're alone with
Yeah.
yourself. Like
Kind
you
of
spend
true.
most of your life like with you, so you want to make sure that you like yourself. Like when you don't have friends to push you in a direction, or a family or whatever, like do you have motivation to do the things that you want to get done? Do you like the place that you're in when you when you're just left alone with your thoughts, which can be a little scary sometimes if we've struggled in mental
we're being
health.
honest.
Yeah. So, I think to kind of wrap this up, because we do have a little fun.
I forgot about
what
that.
would you do? It's just.
I think we could end it on the knowing yourself. Honestly, it comes back, because that's what peer pressure. When I think about peer pressure, that's what it's targeting. It's your self-worth. Your self-worth and everything revolving around you. Like, if you don't have a good sense of that, then it can be easily like manipulated, or like taken advantage of. And like I said, it comes with age. Like, it takes time to really know, oh, like I don't really enjoy this and I'm doing it for the wrong reasons, or I don't really value this person and I'm letting them influence me more than they should. So just
and obviously
know yourself.
If you're a teenager, you're in middle school, whatever, like it takes time to develop all this stuff.
Yeah.
So just like don't put all of your eggs in one basket, in a sense, like don't be like, oh, I have this best friend, we're gonna be best friends forever and ever and ever, I trust everything that they say and blah blah blah, like have a little room to be like, do you want to actually do what your best friend's doing, or whatever? Whoa. That made a noise and it's never made a noise before. Okay. Gonna record it. Now we're getting into some, I have some examples of, do you want to press it first?
I do. Wait,
Okay.
am I asking you this question?
Oh, sure. They're just scenarios of kind of like, how would
Coworkers'
you
pressure?
navigate this?
Coworkers pressure you to go out for drinks even when you want to go home.
So I actually had to deal with this a lot when I worked in the restaurant because everyone was on some sort of substance or alcohol like dependency.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And I get a cop out now because I have to say, because I have a little dog. And so
Yeah.
I just say, well, I can't. She's been
Yeah,
home for
can't.
12 hours. I gotta go. Even if you don't have an animal or anything, I think you could just be like, hey man, I worked all day today.
Yeah.
I need to be home in bed. If you're worried about FOMO or whatever, honestly, like, that's really just, I don't know.
I'm getting to the age where I'm not gonna say that. Never mind.
I'm like, now I'm older. I'm like, I really don't care as much. Like,
Yeah.
my sleep is important.
It really is.
So I guess that's not a good one. That's more of my personal example. I don't really have good advice for that.
All right, now it's my turn.
Let's see if yours is any better.
It's gonna be about coworkers as well. Oh, it's a friend. Okay, let's see.
Friends agree to do $50 gifts this year without asking everyone's budget.
Well, I'm not doing that shit. First of all, ask me if I want to do it, and then I'll say yes or no. But yeah. Also, okay, I feel bad now because it says friends, and I do care about my friends. But I'm just gonna be honest. Like,
Oh yeah, they're your friends. I feel like
Yeah.
they'll be okay. You know.
yeah, they'll be okay. I'll do 25. Compromise.
Oh. Okay.
That was my turn, huh?
Yeah. I like these spinny things.
I can tell. Yeah.
Okay.
Friends tell you everyone's in therapy now and question if you don't want to go.
What?
And questions you if you don't want to go. Oh, okay. That's for you to answer.
Well, that's hard because all my friends are in therapy.
First off, how dare you?
That is true. I feel like if it is one of those things where it's like, oh my God, like you're not like in therapy, like whatever. Like, because I do see that sometimes, like on social media, there's like the therapy talk and whatever. Like everybody thinks
I don't know.
that
I
they
feel
know
like
how to
if
do
you're
that.
shaming somebody for not going to therapy, your
should-
therapy is not working.
Your
dude.
therapy is
Sorry,
definitely not working.
But that's the truth about it.
Because everybody's on their own pace, man. Different strokes for different folks. Maybe they don't need. I did have this thought of like, I think every single person should have someone that is unbiased to their life that they can go talk to about that.
Yeah.
But like, not everyone has things that they like need to process out loud like that. So,
Yeah.
you know, like not everyone does need to go to therapy. A lot of people should be in therapy, but not every single person needs to go. So I feel like if your friends are doing that, maybe you need different friends if they're going to pressure you. Hey. You're always expected to drive because you have the nice car.
My stomach is growling because I'm hungry. Just give me gas money and we're cool. But then also, if I don't want to drive, I'm not going to drive.
Yeah.
These questions are really easy for me because I'm at that point in my life where I'm not doing shit I don't want to do anymore. But that's just because
I feel like
older.
I was the person who drove a lot, but that was because I personally wanted to drive, and I didn't really trust some of my friends to drive.
Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, I don't trust anybody behind the wheel.
But if they're doing it because you have the nice car, I mean, like, if everyone has a car, I feel like at this point, just do like the pickup sticks or something, or draw colors.
Oh, like flip a coin?
Yeah.
Or flip coins?
I don't know. Because the expectation, though, I want to be asked. I do want to be asked.
That's kind of like the first question about like the $50 gift card. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe some of these aren't the best.
There's something about just
I don't remember
being asked.
who's.
Whose turn it is?
Yeah. I think we just did 2 each, or 1 more each.
Okay. It'd be cool if it had a little sound.
I think it does.
It does.
Now
Wait.
my stomach's growling.
Your friends convince you to join a trip even though it'll wipe out your savings. See, another thing. I don't care about FOMO anymore at this point.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I feel like I see this in like movies and stuff.
I
or,
have
like, TV.
so I have heard a bunch of kind of like your Reddit story things, but it's just like I think our last episode we talked about him. His name is Dave Ramsey. He does call-ins,
Yeah.
and a lot of these call-ins it'll be like people like, oh, like my best friend is having a wedding and the budget is this and blah blah blah, or like I can't do it and there's like a lot of tension or whatever. It's just like a lot of this can be fixed with just a conversation and honesty. Like
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, because honestly, like, if you're scared to have a conversation with your friend, like, why?
Huh?
You should probably
Wait.
think about that because, well, one, I'm not afraid of confrontation, quote unquote confrontation, or just like hard conversations, because the longer it sits with me, the more I get stressed out.
Yeah.
And like, if I don't need to be stressed, then I will immediately have this conversation that needs to be done.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of people in college where like, they're like, oh, well, like they did this thing and it really messed me up. And like, but like, I don't want them to know that I'm mad at them. And I'm like, you don't want them to know they're mad? What? Then they're just going to continue to be in disruptive behavior around you. So I think honestly, I think a lot of this is just kind of like goes back to, can you stand up for yourself? Do you know where your boundaries are? If your friends are expecting you to pay for stuff that you aren't in a financial position to pay for, like, just be like, hey guys, I can't, money's tight, or I'm budgeting, or I have medical debt, or whatever, you know, like, just tell them the truth, because they are your friends. I don't understand the whole, like, oh, they need to not know, they can't see the real me. I'm like, then who the heck is supposed to see the real you, if not your friends?
I think it does all stem back to like how you were brought up, honestly, without getting too deep into that. But,
yeah. I can see that as well.
But, is that it for the questions?
Yeah.
I lost count.
I don't
bad
remember.
at math.
You want to just do one more?
That'll be for you, no?
For me?
Right? Oh, wait, no, you're asking it, huh?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
You're right.
I don't want that one.
Oh, no, not the entire group.
The entire group dislikes a show or artist you actually enjoy, so you hide your real preference.
Okay.
Nah.
One thing about me is I do enjoy a good debate, especially when it comes to like art or like music. So I'm gonna debate you, and I'm gonna prove you wrong because I'm always right.
Yeah.
That's just the way it goes.
I will say, like, in middle school and high school, I was very afraid of my friends not liking my music. And then I got to college, and then my friends were like, holy shit, like, your music taste is really good. And I was like, okay, I don't know why I was ever scared. I think it was more of just, like, I think I might have had a couple things where people are like, oh, you listen to them? Or, like, because I'm not going to lie, I was a really big Black Eyed Peas fan, okay?
Dude, I love the Black Eyed Peas.
I love them. will.i.am is doing a whole bunch of other stuff right now. He's actually a really cool dude.
What's that song? Meet Me Halfway? Is that what it's called? Or is that a Black Eyed Peas song? Dude, that was my shit, and I don't even know how old I was.
And the music video?
The music video was insane.
Yeah.
Boom Boom Pow.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something else.
I like their like stuff before Boom Boom Pow too. Not to be like that.
Oh
person,
my
like,
god, that's what, dude.
I had CDs, bro. I had their CDs.
I know what you're talking about. There was the era before the Black Eyed, that like techno Black Eyed Peas that I do remember hearing in California when I was like a really little kid, but I don't remember a lot of it.
Yeah. And I think there's the
Where's the Love? Is that a Black Eyed Peas song? Okay, so that's a good. I remember that. I have this distinct memory in California where I don't know how old I was, but I was in a like laundromat and that song came on and it was just like, I don't know how old I was, but I was like, this is meaningful, you know?
Where is the love?
Yeah, where is the love?
They had one album where it was basically like every song was kind of different sounding. And one of them, I want to say they had it with like Papa Roach or something, but it was
Papa
like
Roach. Banger.
I don't know. And it was kind of in the time where like UFC was getting really big,
nice.
and so I was just
You
like,
felt like a Kyle with
Yeah,
your monster
yeah.
shirt and your fucking shark necklace.
Yeah. I will say, I'm pretty sure the last time I've had a monster was in middle school or high school.
Last time I had one was at the beginning
Which
of this week.
they shouldn't be marketing energy drinks to children like that, but
I mean, they market Black and Mild to them, so why not?
have you ever had a Bang?
Yes,
Energy?
it's like
Bro.
crack, cocaine.
It literally is.
Makes your face itch.
We used to sell them at a store that I worked at, and I was like, okay, well, let me try one.
The orange one's the best.
I don't remember which ones I had. I just know that I was meeting my friends afterwards, and I literally was like, guys, we gotta run.
like-
We have to run. I need to run down the street right
You guys
now.
don't want to run? Dylan, it's 12.
I was like, I
go.
don't care. They're good. There's no cars on the street.
And I want to run on the street.
Yes.
Straight on the street.
Yeah. For some reason, it does feel better.
To run on the street?
Yeah.
So you're that type of person?
I was that type of person. I know I'm still in there. You get a couple drinks in me because I don't really drink that much anymore. I don't know why, but I've done that too. I've asked people to race at bars.
I can see that.
Yeah. And I'm not a runner, so I don't know why. But that's all me, baby.
Yeah.
I'm getting everyone to
Yeah.
run.
They hate to see you coming.
Yeah.
Like, oh, boy.
Oh.
But anyways,
To wrap it up, make sure you
Make
figure
good
out who
decisions.
yourselves are,
make sure who your
you
group
are.
of friends is, what is about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like we kind of learned, like, just who you surround yourself with kind of determines. Like, if you're surrounding yourself with people who make you uncomfortable all the time and stress you out and whatever, maybe it's time to find some new people where you feel a little bit more calm and nurtured when you're around them, replenished. The old saying of, like...
I knew it. As soon as you said the old saying, I was like, she's going to forget what the fuck she's talking about.
No. Well, I realized that what I was going to say was
Shane.
kind of different. But, like, you can't...
The old
you
saying
can't...
of you can't pin a tail on donkey.
Yeah, we'll just end it there because I don't think my saying makes sense.
Do you want to say this is the last episode?
Yeah, this is the last episode of the season.
Yeah.
So Sense of Direction will be coming back in January with a new set of
lessons and
a new set of
Stories.
directions to send you.
yeah.
Yeah. But enjoy your holidays, enjoy your life. Make sure you feel good with who you are without outside people telling you that you're a good person or you're a bad person. Figure that out yourself.
All right. Well, see y'all next year.
See ya. Bye.